Tom Aspinall loses historic UFC record without even fighting. In one of the most unusual twists in UFC history, Tom Aspinall has lost one of the most remarkable records in the sport, without even stepping into the octagon. The UFC heavyweight champion, once known for having the shortest average fight time in UFC history, has officially been overtaken, marking a rare moment where inactivity, not defeat, cost a fighter a place in the record books. A record built on pure destruction. Aspinall's rise to the top of the heavyweight division was defined by something almost unheard of: speed. He wasn't just winning, he was finishing elite heavyweights at a pace never seen before. At one point, his average fight time sat just above 2 minutes, making him the fastest finisher in UFC history. Knockouts in under 90 seconds became the norm. Opponents barely had time to settle before the fight was already over. It wasn't just dominance, it was efficiency at an elite level. The record slips away. However, while Aspinall remained inactive due to injury issues and delays in booking fights, another fighter quietly surpassed him in the rankings. According to official UFC stats, Aspinall now sits second all-time in shortest average fight time, behind Terence McKinney, and here's the shocking part. White right pointing backhand index. Aspinall didn't lose the record in a fight. White right pointing backhand index. He didn't get finished. White right pointing backhand index. He didn't even compete. He simply got overtaken while sidelined. The cost of inactivity. This situation highlights one of the harsh realities of modern MMA: staying inactive can cost you more than just momentum. Aspinall has faced multiple setbacks recently, including long layoffs and even medical issues like eye surgery following complications in a fight. At one point, he spent over a year out of action despite being ready and willing to compete. For a fighter whose legacy is built on activity and explosive finishes, time away from the cage can quietly chip away at records and recognition. Still one of the most dangerous fighters alive. Despite losing the record, nothing about Aspinall's dominance has changed. He remains UFC heavyweight champion. He still holds one of the highest finish rates in the division. He continues to be one of the fastest and most technical heavyweights ever. In fact, many analysts still consider his run one of the most dominant stretches in UFC history, regardless of the record books. A record that may come back? Here's where things get interesting. Because average fight time is a dynamic statistic, Aspinall could reclaim the record, and quickly. If he returns and scores another early finish, which he's famous for, his average could drop again, potentially putting him back at number 1. In other words, white right pointing backhand index. The record isn't gone forever. White right pointing backhand index. It's just temporarily out of his hands. The bigger picture. While records are important, they don't always tell the full story. Aspinall's case is unique because his dominance wasn't based on long wars. It was based on instant destruction. And that identity still remains intact. Losing the record due to inactivity doesn't erase what he has done, it just adds another chapter to a very unusual career path. A strange but powerful narrative. In a sport where fighters usually lose records through defeat, Tom Aspinall has done something different. He lost his record by not fighting at all. And in a strange way, that might make his legacy even more intriguing.